Hello, I'm Ale and welcome to Solocosenove. This is the last episode of the homemade cargo bike 2.0. We just talked about the cargo bikes, how they are made, and of this specific model. I invite you to watch every video of this series. But in the meantime, if you liked this video, please leave a thumb up, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you won't miss any content like this and help the channel to grow. Thanks! Furthermore, on the website solocosenove.it you can find everything about Solocosenove world. If you'll subscribe to the newsletter, and of course I don't send spam and don't sell your data, there is a little bike mechanics course. Simply select the checkbox and leave the mail. But this video is all about the making of this 2.0 version of the cargo bike. Let's dive in the subject of this video and let's see how it's made. First things first, I used this white primer. I used the brush because I don't feel like to use the compressor and the air paint in this stage of the process. But the primer paint must be sanded and will be covered with other colors. This is the first coat of color, and there is a problem because I tried to emulate the color of the original bike, that kind of red, but I failed. It's too dark, too brown, so I remake it with a simple red. But it's not a big problem because there will be children's seats on it, so you can see entirely the frame. In fact, as you can see, the red of the original bike is different from the one I made. In this part I mounted the wheel and the rear frame. This is the derailleur hanger. I didn't use the original rear derailleur, but I use one of the Tournai Shimano, I think. And it's always a little difficult to mount the rear wheel because I use these 7th sprockets free wheel. Note that I left in place the rear derailleur of the original bike because I use it as a chain tensioner. Then I blocked everything with the bolt and the counterbolt. Here I mount the rear derailleur. Here you can see a very interesting detail. The shift cable were too short, so I made this extensioner with a bolt and a screw. Obviously I drill a hole inside the screw and then the bolt will block the cable. Then I assemble the chain and use this homemade chain tensioner. For the upper part instead I use this piece of plastic tube kept in place with these plastic ties, which are amazing and I use them a lot. And the work is almost complete. I used the old cantilever brake, but obviously I replaced the cable because it was rusty. And okay, I know that it's not a disc brake and it's not so efficient, but we don't have to ride long distances. Initially I used this bike stand, but it was little, and the problem is this. If the children moves a lot when I'm not on the bike, they can fall down. So I bought this fantastic Ursus bike stand made in Italy, which is really larger than the other. Now it's closed, and when you open it, it became so big, so large, and it's perfect for me. 45 centimeters if I remember well. Now it's almost impossible to drop the bike, and my children easily climb up by their own without falling. And I think it's all for the making of today. I can assure you that I'm very satisfied of this work. We are using this bike in these days to ride at school and when we go to have a breakfast during the weekend and other stuff. We're enjoying it very much. And in this second version, the 2.0, it's much more stable than the other because the center of gravity is lower. I hope you like this project, how much I like to make it. I hope to use it as much as possible, but I don't know because the children are growing fast. And you know, it's a prototype, so I ride it at my own risk. So if the weight's growing too much, I have to think about it. It's quite easy to ride, as I can say before, because the center of gravity is quite low. Obviously, it's not a definitive solution. It's quite different from a cargo bike of the shop of 3,000–4,000 euros because they are motorized and maybe the frame are more robust, I don't know. So it depends a lot about the road. Obviously it's not a mountain bike and it can be dangerous to ride in technical trails. The steel, of course, is very strong. Obviously, it's not suitable for everyone, but for now we are satisfied and we are testing this kind of solution. Thank you for following me also for today and see you in the next exciting video. Ciao!